Our commencement address this afternoon will be given by a special young woman who is from the St. John graduating class of 2009. Her name is Leanna Mosquera, not Leanna Marcus anymore. Several current members of our faculty, as well as other faculty members that are here, had the privilege of watching Leanna grow up from a little kid into an outstanding young woman of strong character and strong faith. Leanna's mom was also part of our faculty for many years back in the day. Her mom was a ton of fun to work with. So she had the experience that some of you 2020 graduates have, Marshall, Blaine, Jacob, Kylie, and even Savannah with your grandma, of having your parents or grandma work at St. John when you're a student, which is always, I'm sure they would tell you, a lot of fun. So Leanna can relate. Exactly 11 years ago, Leanna was sitting right here in First Baptist Church, getting ready to graduate. It makes me sort of think about which one of you guys sitting here is going to be introduced for the 2031 graduation in 11 years. It's kind of crazy to think about, but probably it's going to be one of you. So, getting back down to business, in your program you can see all that Leanna has accomplished. It's very impressive, and she is, again, a wonderful woman inside and out. I want you to give a warm St. John welcome to class of 2009 graduate, Leanna Mosquera.
Thank you guys for having me. Class of 2020, it's an honor to stand in front of all of you guys today, a little bit more spread out than normal, in a small way be a part of sending you guys off onto your newest, greatest adventure. Before me, I see a class comprised of resilient young people. I see a group of students who faced an unquestionably difficult year, full of unique obstacles. From maybe personal challenges that are normal for every high school senior to go through, to maybe some not so normal ones, right? How many of us could have predicted this global pandemic? As a graduating senior, you guys are about to take a huge new step into this world. Before everything changed, you probably had a long list of plans on your agenda for the summer to celebrate your future. Maybe you were traveling to new corners of the world. Maybe you were preparing for your much anticipated college start date. Maybe you were going to have one last summer full of fun with your friends and family before you took your next steps, whatever those might be. Now it probably feels like you threw a wrench into your plans, or someone did, and maybe you can't travel quite yet. Maybe your first semester at college is going to be online. You can't quite go to campus. Or maybe you'll have to spend the next few months at home with your parents. It's very valid to feel a little bit disappointed, especially after all of the hard work, the passion, and the dedication you all have put into getting to this point. But that's the beautiful thing about obstacles. We learn from them, we grow from them, and our faith and resilience thrives. We become stronger people every single day because those challenges exist. It's not about what stands in our way, it's about what we do to overcome those obstacles and where you go from here. It's a plan that's mapped out for us that we don't even know how to understand yet. When I was a senior in high school, which believe it or not was not that long ago, all I could think about was attending the University of Florida. Go Gators. My life revolved around it. It was my one goal. It was the one prize. I had my eye on the prize. I'd planned for years. I'd done everything right. I was third in my class. I had a high score on the ACT, played several sports at St. John. I was well-rounded, you could call me. Everything you could think of, I'd done it. I checked every single box on paper to get into UF. I worked tirelessly all 4 years of high school, and I'd even picked out what dorm I wanted to live in and what it was going to look like. On paper, I was a shoo-in, right? There was no doubt in my mind I was going to graduate St. John in May of 2009, and I was going to step onto the UF campus in August as a youth. But I didn't get in. I felt like my world was caving in around me. Every plan I'd made for myself felt foolish. I spent my entire summer throwing myself a pity party, and I let it ruin some of my summer plans and even dictate how I felt about my final few weeks as a senior. Precious moments I wish I could get back. I reluctantly prepared to start my first year of college at my then last choice school, the College of Central Florida, because transferring from CF with a 2-year degree was the only way to ensure I was going to If I could send a message to my 18-year-old self on the day she found out none of her plans were happening the way she wanted, I'd tell her to have faith. I'd tell her to sit back and trust that God and her own ambitions and resilience had a plan so much bigger than she could have predicted. That if she had faith, if she believed in herself, and if she continued to face obstacles head-on instead of letting them deflate her, she'd go further than she could have ever imagined. Because that's exactly what happened. I spent 2 amazing years at CF, my last school of choice, growing into a better version of myself. I had my next 2 years at UF entirely paid for. I got my dream job right out of college working with college student leaders. And then I even had a full ride after that to pursue my master's degree, again at UF. I've continued to excel and grow in my career as new opportunities have presented themselves. And I've been able to travel and pursue other passions that I have as well. Oh yeah, and I met my then boyfriend, now husband, at CF as well. So that was pretty cool. If I can leave you guys with one thing on the day of your graduation, one thing to carry you through your life, it's that setbacks and challenges will always happen. Whether they're relatively normal, like not getting into UF, or they're much larger, like a global pandemic, and thoroughly unpredictable ones, we will always face them. But as Christians, as students, as good, kind people, like I know you all are, who are going to make an enormous impact on the world in a beautiful way, it's vital to remember this. Keep the faith, trust in God, and know that you can endure anything, no matter what it is. Adversity doesn't disappear once you walk through those doors and into the rest of your life. But it's how you face that adversity that can help define who you are. Though it might not feel like it right now, on the other side of all of this, there's so much good. There's change, and there's growth, and there's lots to look forward to. There's opportunity, and adventure, and positivity, and it's all waiting for you. Your future's been mapped out for you by the Master Planner. It's a future full of joy and opportunity. It exists even if it's not something you can quite understand yet. In closing, I want to leave you guys with a quote that I actually had printed on my senior graduation announcement. I think it speaks to what I know you guys will accomplish in your lives and what you'll go and do. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Congratulations, class of 2020. I can't wait to see what you do and who you become. And also, don't forget to wash your hands. Thank you guys.